be an enemy of someone anyway, because when you're spreading so much love and peace around, you've got to make a few enemies here and there, because spreading love and peace and oneness isn't very good for the economy. And so we hope we aren't targeted by any big corporations who maybe decide that we might be cutting down their bottom line.
Yeah, do you feel threatened?
No, not at all. If I felt threatened, I wouldn't do the stuff I do. I think, although I've still got the same fear as any normal human being, this project with Danny and Olly has lowered my fear and given me more confidence in myself and what it means to be human, what it means to stand up for yourself.
Well, and hopefully it can give other people that confidence as well, because they watch, you know, Charlie and Danny, or sometimes me, arguing with a policeman and standing their ground, and show that you can actually do that.
Yeah, you don't argue in an aggressive way, do you? You never look confrontational.
No, it's more about just discussing it as two people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also with a real sense of humour as well.
And with your tongue firmly planted in your cheek.
Yeah. And we find also video camera sometimes is your best defence. I was just in the pub, actually, with Frankie the other day, and her friend, I think his name's Simon, was having an altercation with the police, and I came back from the loo, and she was about to say, Section 5, we're going to have to... I said, no, sorry, can you just stop for a second, take it from the start? I didn't have my camera ready. I said, action. And then it freaked the British Transport Police woman out so much, she just left.
They couldn't handle it.
So, you know, like, who's watching the watchers? Sometimes we are.
Well, Gaz in Chesterfield says, where was the most extreme police reaction? Is there anywhere you haven't been able to film?
Outside Downing Street with the armed police is sometimes challenging, although I've made a few videos there. But the only time I've ever been handcuffed was when a police sergeant panicked and didn't like the look of me. And even after I'd already left the scene, he came running across the street as I was chatting to Inspector Timothy Cocaine, and put the handcuffs, he pulled my arms behind my back, put the handcuffs on me, and marched me off into a van. So, but again, I was released without charge, because just for the viewers, SOCPA legislation, the 1 mile zone within...
That's a Serious Organised Crime Police Act.
Police Act 2005, 1 mile, you're not allowed to demonstrate without permission. There is not a single judge in this country that will pick that up right now. So go ahead, take a megaphone, protest outside Downing Street. You do not need permission from the government to protest against government. Well, it's the most ridiculous thing I heard.
That's your opinion, and we're not allowed to endorse it, I'm afraid.
I endorse it for myself.
Fine.
Okay.
That's fine, but it's not the opinion of this station.
Okay, I know you have to say that.
I do, indeed. So, but then again, you do get arrested and you have your, a swab taken of your DNA, which is quite worrying if you're not being convicted of any crime or even charged with any crime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it rules out a life of crime from now onwards. I mean, one of the things is with making these videos, we get lots of offers of people wanting to do very strange, slightly criminal terrorist things.
I've had an offer for you,
really?
Which I didn't read out here, actually.
Which one was it?
Oh, I'm intrigued now.
I'm not quite sure. I think it might have been of a sexual nature.
A sexual nature?
I think there was a lady somewhere who... no, I'm not going to say her name now.
Which one was she
somewhere in
after?
Lancashire.
Which one does she like? Does she like the octopus with the large tentacles?
I think it's for both of you, actually.
Oh, brilliant.
Hey.
Actually, we've got some pictures of that, haven't we? The
naked apes.
The naked apes, us doing stuff together.
Yeah, and that video was actually labelled as not suitable for minors because there is an upskirt shot of both of us.
Oh, so there is.
Yeah, so, not many people get their testicles on YouTube, and we're quite proud of that.
I didn't realise that was happening.
I'm not sure how to use that word, actually, so please don't.
Okay.
Tentacles.
Tentacles, yes, that's fine. Okay. So, Paul in St Helen says, keep up the good work. If you can laugh at yourself, no one can hurt you.
That's very important. Don't take things too seriously. My biggest inspiration ever that my flatmate Ian showed me when I was 20 years old was Bill Hicks. And he said, life is just a ride. We're just a subjective imagination of ourselves. So, in a way, life is too short to take seriously, but also life is too short to not take seriously. But that's where you choose. And that's where you take things on the depth or shallowness that you want to take. But there's always an opportunity for you to do great things, no matter how shallow your life is.
I want to show one final clip then. If we can see that number 5 clip, please, briefly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the true thing is, I know we're creating a scene, but creating a scene is not illegal. You were born free, you will live free, you will die free. You are allowed to make a scene, you're allowed to scream for joy, you're allowed to complain, you're allowed to cry, you're allowed to love people, you're allowed to hug people. And we're starting to live in a world where we're starting to feel scared. We're starting to forget just how divine and special we are as human beings. Every single one of you is the only example of you that will ever exist. And there's not a single authority on this world, especially not private security men, who can tell you how to behave in any time, any place, anywhere. You are free, you will live free, you will die free. The only chains that exist are in your mind. You can do anything you want if you put your mind.
Fantastic. That was quite a serious speech, actually.
You can do anything you want.
If you put your mind to it. No, but I do, like, we do the videos for a lot of fun, but the message is that we are human beings, and somewhere along the line we got very scared of ourselves and of each other. And if life is just a ride, which it is, it's the most wonderful ride there is. Don't be scared. The only, you know, the old cliche, the only thing to fear is fear itself. We mean it.
And sharks.
And sharks.
Yeah, I've got to say to people texting in, keep your texts short because they get cut off, and they're really interesting, some of them, and I can't read them because they're cut off in mid-sentence. But somebody here says, how do we stop being made to have ID cards, and what can we do to stop our children being made to have vaccinations in order not to be excluded from school? Just
say no. Just send them to an alternative school. If millions of people refuse ID cards or refuse vaccines, then by the market forces, things will be set up to cater for the people that say no. The best way...
But think for yourself. I mean, vaccines have eradicated many diseases that have ravaged mankind. You know, you've got to be sensible about these kind of things. You know, if a vaccine, make up your own mind on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, I've been enlightened by the lady I thought was propositioning you. She tells me I'm a cheeky something, and I've misinterpreted what she was saying. So I apologise to you, the nameless lady in Lancashire. Sorry.
Oh, well.
Sorry, guys. I'm deeply embarrassed now as well.
Right.
So, all right, we've got a few seconds left. Final thoughts?
Just don't be scared. Whenever you feel downtrodden, whenever you feel depressed or alone, just remember you're part of a massive, growing community of people who are waking up.
Fantastic. I'm sorry I'm going to have to end it there. That's all we've got time for. Thank you to everyone for watching our special show and for those who texted. And thanks to my very special guests, Charlie Veitch and Olly the Octopus. Next week, we'll be back with yet another exciting show that might even change your life. Until then, remember, they're watching you, watching us, watching them. Cheerio.